Hello, everybody. Today we're doing art on demand. Art on demand. Today we're going to learn about different kind of lines. So first we have a video to watch. So I want everyone to listen to the video.
Today we're going to learn about one of the elements of art and design, and it's called line. And this is going to be our final product, but first we're going to learn about some of the different lines.
In our next art on demand video, we are going to make this caterpillar. But for now, we're first going to learn the different types of lines
that you will see in art. So you have a piece of paper in front of you, and we're going to have it landscape, and you should have a pen or a pencil. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a horizontal line in the center of the page, separating the top and the bottom, straight. And then you're going to draw two vertical lines separating to make 6 boxes. And in these 6 boxes, we're going to practice some of the lines that will make up the caterpillar that we are going to make at the end. So in one box, we'll do the upper left-hand corner. You're going to write your name. And we're going to write what we're learning about, which is lines. Now the first line we're going to practice in the box right next to where your name is a vertical line. And a vertical.
So these are going to be vertical lines, vertical lines. We'll go over all our lines at the end of the video.
Vertical line is a line that goes up and down, and they can be long, short, can be dotted or broken. It can be thin, and it can be fat or bold. So go ahead and practice vertical lines in this first box, all different types. Up and down.
So these are our vertical lines, vertical lines. Let's carry on watching.
And then in the next box, right next to the vertical box, we're going to practice the line called horizontal. And a horizontal line is a line that goes left to right or right to left, straight across. So kind of like the horizon line, that's how I keep them straight. Horizon line is where the sky meets the land or the sea. So a horizontal line is the same idea. It's going to be a straight line that goes across your page. And again, it can be long, it can be short, it can be broken or dotted, it can be thin, or it can be bold and fat. And I'm going to make this one extra bold and fat. You can see it, but it's still a horizontal line, even though it's very thick. Whoa, extra thick. So go ahead and practice your horizontal lines.
So these are our horizontal lines, horizontal lines. Let's keep watching.
Now in the box underneath your name, we're going to practice another type of line, and it's called diagonal. Now a diagonal line is similar, obviously these are all lines, but this is going to go from top to bottom at an angle. And again, it can be long, it can be short, it can be super short, it can be dotted, and it can even cross the other direction. It can be fat or bold and thick. And these are all types of diagonal lines. So why don't you go ahead and practice your diagonal lines in the box below your name.
So these are called diagonal lines. Diagonal lines.
Then in the next box, we're going to practice one of my favorites, and it's called the curve line. And a curved line is fun. It's like, I think of it as like a rainbow, right? So you can have lots of curves. Or like this is kind of a fancy, some people call these fancy lines. Whee! You can also make like a smile or a curve like a snake. And again, they can be little teeny ones, or they can be big, fat, curvy ones, but they're curved, rounded edges, right? You can go ahead and practice your curves.
So these are our curved lines, our curved lines, or we can say curved lines.
And then in the last box, we're going to go ahead and practice the last kind of line for us, although there are so many different types of lines that you can practice. The last one we're going to practice together is called an angle. Oops, my G is a little weird there. Sorry about that. Oop. And an angle line is one that comes to a point together. You can think of it as like almost like a triangle, like an open triangle. So here would be an angle, like a greater than or less than symbol, right? Or look, it looks like a heartbeat almost, or a mountain range. These are all angles. They're pointed, open triangles, right? And again, they can be small or large. They can be thin, or they can be bold and thick. I'm gonna make this one really bold for you. You can go ahead and practice your angles in the last box. And while you're practicing your angles, you're going to keep this sheet in.
Okay, so these are our angle lines, or we can say angled lines.
In front of you.
Okay, so that was our video. Next, we're going to go over our lines one more time. So over here, we have our vertical lines. These ones go from top to bottom or bottom to top. Our vertical lines. I'll say it one more time. Vertical lines. Let's look at our next one. Next, we have our horizontal lines. Horizontal lines. These ones go from left to right. Left to right. Horizontal lines. Next, we have our diagonal lines. Diagonal lines. These ones go at an angle, almost making an X shape. These are our diagonal lines. Let's go to our next one. These are our angled lines. Can you see they come to a point? Have that point, angled lines, our angled lines. Next, we have our curved lines, curved lines. Can you see we have no sharp points? It's all wavy and curvy, curved lines. Okay, so I would like you to please get your paper and pencil ready. I'd like you to take your paper and turn it onto its side. So for example, if this was your notebook or your page you're using, I would want you to turn it onto its side. So it's long ways. Okay. And first we're going to draw a line down the middle, a horizontal line down the middle of your page. Then we are going to make two vertical lines. There's one, and there's the other one, two. So we also have our 6 blocks like in the video. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in our first block, you're going to write your name, not my name. You must write your name. And we're going to write the word lines, lines, which is L-I-N-E-S, lines. Okay, you may pause the video if you're not finished. Okay, in our next block, we are going to draw our vertical lines. But first, we need to write vertical lines at the bottom. I'll spell it for you. So it's V-E-R-T-I-C-A-L, vertical, 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 and then lines, L-I-N-E-S, lines, vertical lines. And then I want you to go and draw some vertical lines, as many as you want, as little as you want, however you want, as long as they're from top to bottom, top to bottom. And remember, these are our vertical lines. You may pause the video because we're going to go to our next one. Our next one is horizontal lines, horizontal lines. Let's spell it. H-O-R-I-Z-O-N-T-A-L, horizontal, horizontal, horizontal lines. Lines is L-I-N-E-S, horizontal lines. Okay, let's draw our horizontal lines. Okay, so draw your horizontal lines. These ones go from left to right, or you could go right to left. You may draw as many or as little as you like, as long as they are left to right or right to left. Okay, you may pause the video. We're going to go on to our next one. Our next one is diagonal lines. Diagonal lines. Let's spell it. D-I-A-G-O-N-A-L. Diagonal. Diagonal lines. Lines is L-I-N-E-S. Diagonal lines. Okay, let's draw our lines. So our lines are almost in an X shape. They go from corner to corner, almost like an X. You may draw as many or as little as you like. You may pause the video. We're going to go on to our next one. Our next one is angled lines, angled lines, angled lines. So we can spell it. A-N-G-L-E-D, angled, angled lines, L-I-N-E-S, angled lines. Let's draw them. So these are our angled lines, almost like lots of triangles, up, down, up, down. These are angled lines. You see the sharp point, so they're angled. You may pause the video. We're going to go on to our last one. Our last one is curved lines. Curved lines. I'll spell it. C-U-R-V-E-D. Curved. Curved lines. L-I-N-E-S. curved lines. Let's draw our curved lines. Here are our curved lines. They're all curved and wavy, no points, no points. And they can be any shape you want. So curved lines. Okay, pause the video if you're not finished. Okay, let's go over them one more time. So we have vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, angled lines, and our last one, curved lines. Okay. So students, that is all for our art lesson. Please take a photo of your lines and send them to me. Thank you so much, everyone. As I said, in our next art video, we'll make the caterpillar. So bye-bye, everybody. See you soon.